This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you call me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on, but we ain't never left alone, long, long. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose the song. Oh no, 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 freedom is the road. Oh no, 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 coming in from the cold. Tell them not to sell it, it's worth more than gold. And guiltiness will catch them in the end. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They'll try to manipulate you through your pockets.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Tile, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Give John the thanks and praises. Give John all the thanks.
You've got it locked to the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. It is a Tuesday. As you know, each and every Tuesday, awesome supplement in The Guardian, courtesy of the Grand Bahama News. We have on the flip side of the break, Sarah Kirkby will be chiming in, Darren Kluber will be chiming in. We'll have that conversation. Lines will be open, and if you want to chime in and be part of the conversation, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it on. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. Like I said, we got lots to talk about on the flip side of the break as we head to Grand Bahama. But before we get to all the headlines in Grand Bahama, let's check out the rest of the headlines throughout the nation.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And be sure to check out Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. Both locations. The flagship store, top of the hill, Mackey Street, West Shopping Plaza location. And both those locations are available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. For more info, simply log on to FineThreads.com. All right, here we go. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison since 1844. Family grieves mother shot dead. Young woman traveled to Nassau to give birth. Story by Rachel Scott. The 23-year-old woman who died after she was shot while sitting in a car outside a Meadow Street home on Sunday was a mother of 3 who only recently gave birth to her last child, according to her uncle. Valeria Sands, a resident of Abaco, had traveled to New Providence to give birth, as is customary for many family islanders. Her uncle, Doddridge Conley, said no one anticipated that she would never make it back home. Everybody is crying in tears. They're mourning right now, he told the Nassau Guardian. Her mother isn't doing well. Her grandma isn't doing too good. They're on the island right now. She only came over to have her baby. Very, very sad and tragic situation. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of the families affected by the murders so far for the year and in the past, and my thoughts and prayers go out to this family here. Very sad situation. F&M deputy hits out at government spend on consultants. Story by Rachel Scott. Bahamas must be mindful of Trump energy policy, says minister. Story by Travis Scott, Ray Carroll. The irony. National Honors Committee first, and that's just the front page. So much more on the inside as well. Be sure to check it out. But like I said, today is Tuesday. So we'll get into the buzz on the flip side of the break. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And you know we'll be going live to Grand Bahama. The Freeport Report is coming up. Sarah Kirby, Darren Cooper will be joining us live on the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this. Junior X, take me to the break, brother.
When the wicked rise against the eye, order my steps, soldier. The way is dark and I'm
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
This is it! The big game is almost here, and the best place to watch it is at Nassau Cruise Port. Join us on Sunday, February the 9th for an unforgettable game day watch party. Huge screens, unbeatable food, and drink specials, and all that. Grab your friends, bring your game face, and score big with giveaways, drink discounts, and a chance to win exclusive prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Game day, Nassau Cruise Port, Sunday, February 9th, where every touchdown feels like a win. See you there.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're a builder. You want to give your client the best material at the best prices, and you need to put food on the table. Well, check out these prices at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68, includes VAT. By the way, all these prices include VAT. Gray Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50, 30 pounds, $19.80. Owens Corning Duration Shingles and Certainty Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. When it comes to screwing and nailing, Pinder got you covered. He got every nail and screw you could possibly need.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, soldier, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Order my steps, soldier. The way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. 'cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. Cause the wicked in a Babylon sue ya if you're weak. Whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And our soldier, the way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. So me got me sword, be my shield on the battlefield. Head on, the wicked I go feel it. We will take the stand against the ones who oppress us, and by every means we just not give
Back at you on the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads. And of course, we're into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John's Shoes. And don't forget, John's is having a store-wide sale. That's right. Get ready. Huge savings. Monday, the 27th, kicked off on Monday. Kicked off yesterday. Straight through Saturday, February 1st. All right, 15% off Timberland's Pro Footwear, Skechers, Ewing Athletics, New Balance, Steve Madden, and Nautica. 25% off shoes, clothing, appliances, bags, and accessories. Visit the Rosetta Street location, the flagship store, or Carmichael Road at John's Plaza, Carmichael. All right, so don't miss out on these amazing deals, all right? For more information, you can call Rosetta Street store 325-4944 or the Carmichael store 361-6876. All right, and don't forget, at John's, serving you, always a pleasure. All right, let's get down into Grand Bahama and Freeport and see what's going on. You know, see what's buzzing down there. We got Sarah Kirby and Darren Cooper chiming in. What's going on, Sarah?
Hey, I'm good. Did Darren get on yet?
Down for Darren, Mr. Producer. I know you should be chiming in.
Yeah. My apologies for the husky or off voice, but I do have that lovely cold that's going around the Bahamas. Obviously, you had it.
Your turn this week. I know. Listen, I know how it is. I've been there, and trust me, I'm rooting for you, man. Plenty of fluids.
Alcoholic fluids, too?
Whatever works for you. I'm no doctor. I'm just giving. But what you got for us,
If
Sarah?
anyone was paying attention, I made it 25 days of my,
there you
of
go.
my dry January.
But
I
keep
went
it going.
down to West End and had some gully wash, and ain't no way I was going all the way to West End and not having a drink.
There you go. But at least you're getting it out. And, you know, you're talking about it. And you're getting it off your chest. And
Thank you. Thank you
no
for
more gully
fulfilling my
wash until the
dreams. I
end of
appreciate it.
February, all right? Make sure you put another 4 weeks between it. All right, so here's the deal. You guys got big news. I hear in addition to a lawnmower, you all done got yourself a fire truck.
We do. We don't know all the details, but we're hoping to find out about it soon. But great news that we have the fire truck. This was really desperate. And there's also been some fires going on this weekend. We've all been waking up with that smell in the air. So I'm absolutely thrilled that this has happened. It's way, way long in the making. But, you know, maybe it's a good sign for other things to come.
And I read the fine details. It is a fully functioning fire truck, too. So there you go.
Let's just hope it fits in the fire station, and we'll be really happy.
Oh, God.
We roll it. Now we just need the airport and the hotel, and we on a roll.
Big time. But first story I see, though, low turnout for local government election. Tell us more about that.
For me, I mean, I think the period was quite short for the election time. That's how I felt it was. Maybe everyone's just caught up in the Christmas, hullabaloo, whatever. But I felt it was very short. I saw the billboards go up, but I did not feel the impact of this as strongly as I have before. I have to be honest. As someone who loves to vote, I was very disappointed that the information was not readily available until the night before that I received it. So I didn't know where we were supposed to go to vote. You know, you forget after a couple of years which school you're supposed to go to, and they switch things a lot of the time. So I just felt it wasn't as pushed. Now, that's what I'm seeing in Grand Bahama. I don't know what it was like in the other islands. I did hear there were some issues on some other family islands. But for me,
So have I.
I was
So-
very disappointed in the turnout. Very disappointed.
Wow, now, do you think that might be a harbinger of things to come election time? Is that maybe
I
a
don't know.
precursor?
I
Is that
mean,
something our
does
administration
that?
should be looking at?
I mean, there was not much discussion. There was not much flow. I mean, the harder part for me was like, where you get given a lot more information or stories around. So you just have to, you're waiting basically. to hear news, but it's just not going. It just wasn't coming to you. I mean, the night before, to hear where you go and to see it, for me, it was very frustrating. I'm a girl. I need to be a bit more organized than that, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that tells me, if there was not much talking and not much participation, that's not a good look.
Well, the gentleman in charge basically said that the candidates needed to do a lot more. Now, I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's part of the administration's job to currently promote the government, the local elections. I don't know, or is it part of the group as the local government before it comes up? I just don't feel there was a lot of messaging out there, and I don't think people knew about it. And I think for Grand Bahama, we have different messages on how to get it out there. I just don't feel they were utilized. That's me personally. And it was a bit, frustrating. And then you saw, people saw people out and they were like, what's going on? And we're like, local government elections, so that's not good.
No, that's not.
I think it's a very vital part of what we should do here in the Bahamas. I think local government teaches people in those positions how to become better politicians or future politicians. It's a proper guideline and study.
Correct.
You're learning, right? And it's what it should be. I mean, I've worked on some PR campaigns for it before, but what I understand for it, it really is a good stepping stone for people like the Chamber of Commerce, like other boards and things you go on. You've got to learn to delegate, to work with a team. You've got to work under city ordinances. So it's important. And I really wish it had been, better advertised. That's my feeling.
All right, now here's another one, Sarah, that I see. That I need you to break it down for me. Drill ship arrives at shipyard, and I know you cool with the shipyard. You promote the shipyard. It's all good. What's going on with the drill ship? Because when I hear drill, then you know what I start to think: oil, and then spill, and then it's like, remember, it's boiled fish, not oil fish. So please, for God's sake, tell me what's going on with this.
So this was it's just coming in for repairs. So we were very clearly told it was just repairs. It's passing through. Remember, we had a lot of them come through here during COVID when they had to actually stay in the Bahamas. So they had to come here during COVID. So they actually came to the shipyard for repairs. So it's work for the shipyard, which is good. And we also had a quick little chat with Mr. Scantleberry at the shipyard. And he said things are going very well for them with everything moving forward. We're hoping to get more reports as things progress for the shipyard. But as far as we know, no drilling. This was literally just repairs.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it.
I know you're going to hold me to it. I got it.
There you go. Don't cause me run on down there.
No. And with me, I'm all the way with you on the oil fish because, we can't do it. It will ruin our seas. And I'm very pleased to see that oil laws are being implemented. I know they talked about it. I don't know if it went through, and I don't know if you know that, if it did or not, Naughty.
What?
I know it got brought up by the AG about more restrictions and rules and fines. I just didn't know if it got passed all the way through.
I haven't heard if it got passed or not. I need to double check that. I need to call the AG and find out.
I think you do. I think you need to
That's
follow up.
St. Andrews alumni there. Yeah. I work the network just to get clarification and clarity on it. But
I'd love to know what was happening with that barge in Abaco. Did that get sorted out?
No, that barge's still right there. Roscoe last week let us know it's still there, right there on the reef, chilling.
Yeah.
At this stage, they should paint it and put some bathrooms on it and put a bar there and make it like a tourist experience. Yeah. All right.
No, doesn't sound like it is.
I'm going to let you deal with the next headline or all for yourself. Go.
You don't want to talk about this one?
No, I support it, and I think anything for women's sexual health and making sure that they're right on top and everything in order. But I mean, I'm not touching that headline. That's a Grand Bahama News headline. You go ahead and read that one.
Don't fear the smear. Yeah, we're encouraging women to obviously get testing. And I'm not going to go into full description of it, but I would encourage all the ladies to read this article to see where they can get help if they are not signed up and getting annual testing. They need to do it. It's part of what you need to do as a woman, especially in the Bahamas here. We have a very high percentage of cancer, as we know, we all need to get tested, which this always reminds me. It reminded me to tell my daughter to get this done. It reminds me, and also for other testing as well. We should always be observant and make sure, when you're testing ahead of time, that's the most important thing for anybody. Besides women, it's for everybody, especially for cancer. So you want to be ahead of it. And I think this campaign they did was really good, helped a lot of people, and I'm hoping it will cause them to continue to do this annually, and other people will as well.
All right. And here we go with the next headline, 15th of March.
Yeah. I was really surprised because I know everything was working hard, but supposedly it's got to do with supplies. So I know on other islands it's going ahead. And I have to say I absolutely love Junior Junkanoo. So, I'm obviously it leads into full Junkanoo, but, it's a bit disappointing, but, maybe it's a better time. We'll see how it goes. We seem to be the tester for dates.
Yeah, but March 15th is kind of late in the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
It's
maybe they wanted more time, but, we got to, this is what they decided to do.
Have we heard from Darren yet, or is he tied up?
I know he was down at the harbor, so hopefully he will clue in. I told him he has to, because he definitely needs to call in today.
Yeah, definitely. And if not today, definitely next week. But I know he gets busy down there. But,
he does. And then we've got the January Police Roundup, so that's giving you a flow of all the stories. And so that'll catch you up on everything that happened. And we got quite a bit of news there. So I would suggest you it kind of wraps it up for the whole month. And then we were very pleased to have some theater back on the stage. They did Grease. So you can do your old Grease Lightning.
Now, what they did, which version of Grease they did? Did they do the original Grease?
They did the original, the one from the movie.
All right. I wonder if it's good as the one we put on back in our day.
Did you guys do it at your school?
We did that at St. Andrews. Jones.
Jones.
We had some, and Star Trek as well, too. We did a version of Star Trek that was still the bomb to this day. Probably maybe the best play we ever put on.
Well, this school has done multiple plays, and it was great. We're very fortunate here to have a huge, proper working theater. So they put on 2-night performances.
But the pictures look really good. It looks like it was well attended, and it looks like they put on a really good show.
It was a great show, and I have to say, the girls were phenomenal. All the cast was phenomenal. It's very hard to get on stage, and they did not prep a lot for this, but they had dance choreography, and these boys who are young teenage men and are usually quite shy and embarrassed were fantastic, including Andrew Lane, who did my favorite song, Beauty School Dropout. And when he did that, it was an uproar. He's great. He's also a very talented singer and trying to start a career for himself. So it was really great to see. He was phenomenal. Very smooth.
Good stuff. Glad to see the youngsters getting out there doing that thing, continuing tradition. Nothing like a great school play. You know what I mean?
It isn't. And hopefully that means, things are getting back to normal more and more. All the events are coming back, all of the things that we need to do here in Grand Bahama. So, it's imperative to make the island work and do well.
Indeed. Well, we'll probably have to hear from Darren next week because I got to get to the break now, sir. But I appreciate you chiming in. That covers everything for this week, right?
It does, and I thank you always for your time and for promoting us.
No problem, man.
You are the best.
I got mad love for Freeport, man. My in-laws are down there. And shout out to my mother-in-law. Shout out to my father-in-law. Shout out to all my in-laws. And we appreciate your contributions each and every week as well as Darren. Look forward to doing it again next week, but go get some rest, man. Plenty fluids, all right? And no alcoholic concoctions until you feel better.
Yeah, I'm hoping the alcohol might knock it out, but there we go. That's
go get your gully wash. Anyway, Mr. Producer, let's get to the break. Appreciate you, sir. Have a good rest of the week, man. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. Let's get to the break. Junior X, take us there, my brother.
Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. Cause the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak. Whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And order my steps, oh Jah.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name all. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Crunch your KFC craving with a KFC value box for just $9.95. Get a piece of our golden fried chicken, crispy fries, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 juicy all-white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a sweet dessert biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda, all for just $9.95. Now that's a deal. Order online or 3 to grab your KFC value box today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bump into a wall when she's running after the churn them.
Yeah, but last Saturday you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
What you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business, then Jack come after me, and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll-free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and we could text them, and the messages get all mixed up before it leave your phone, so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talkin' Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Boy. Rastaman about pagans, so I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give all the guidance. I'll never say what they daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie, I trust and obey. Rasta words of your substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked ought say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the earth be no God, so mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Careful the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that is seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, it's obvious that is drifting. You have the respect for the King of all kings, so his name I'll be always exalting. So I'll never go.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads. And, yes, I'm going to get to the text lines right now. But, quick reminder, if you're out there on the road and you need gas, Rubis 533, Esso 536, and Shell 538. That's some expensive gas. Boy, I tell you. Cheaper some of y'all start investing in an electric vehicle, you know. Real talk. You can see the savings. And I tell you, if you got a serious gas guzzler, maybe you should get like a pogo stick. You can just bounce in and out. And it's healthy, too. All right. I digress. Let's get to the text lines. Naughty, how can the BPL president be all over the place promoting Minister Kobe Davis, and he has yet to have spoken with the union? When will he hold a general meeting with the members concerning these matters? It's a very good question. And another question is, why such promotion? Does he know something that none of the rest of the union know or something? I mean, shouldn't, if you're the president, share everything with the union that he represents? Naughty, we are a facade, a farce, a mirage of a nation or country. Tiffany & Co., Rolex, Cartier owners aren't hurting and in poverty like the nation's masses. Only majority we have in this country is when it comes to voting and poverty. Real talk. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Golly days, talking away so long with you, Naughty.
What's going on, Brayman?
Man, you know, those people in the southern side of Central Food Fair on East Street, the police got to do something. That's a hideout for criminalities.
Now, easy, Brayman. You can't just, make that kind of statement, all right?
I'm speaking from experience.
You got to be responsible, though. You can't say that kind of stuff.
What I shouldn't say?
You called the name of the business, and you said that's a harbor for criminality. You can't say that.
South of it.
All right, then you need to say adjacent to that building.
Okay, adjacent.
It could allegedly be a hub for crime.
It's not. I'm not alleging anything. I'm speaking. Man, I had called the police so many times for those same people, and they still doing the same foolishness on Oyster. You saying what bugging me?
So what you're saying is you're not getting support from the Royal Bahamas Police Force in that community?
No.
And do you think it?
Go ahead.
All right. And have you made complaints? Have you done your due diligence?
Yeah, man. I signed for all sort of police. What you call it? You know, when you make statements and stuff like that. Assistant. But the thing is, the police look like they're afraid of those people. And they're nothing. They're only a bunch of punks. If I go deal without getting problems.
Yeah, you like Buscoin. All right, Brayman. I gonna try to get you some assistance. Let me. I got your number, Brayman. I'll see if I know the Community Relations Department of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and maybe assist you and get you on the right track. You have been calling about this issue for a long time, but you can't, call people business name and put allegations on it without saying allegedly. You can't say that. Yes, we want information out there. Yes, but we want the correct information. We want to disseminate it properly. All right, without anybody getting offended. We check the text lines. Good afternoon, Naughty. It is so bad with BPL when you ask to see the president, Mr. Wilson, he brings the minister along, and he sits down and says, trust him. Boy, listen, I could go so many ways with that. Anyway, we'll leave that alone for another show, or maybe a comedy stage, or a coldest video. All right. Anybody got any updates for me for the Go Slow band situation? With that works going on down there? I passed it again today. It looks horrible. What is happening? And the more cracks in the seawall, so why are we laboring on one portion when the rest need to get patched too? And could somebody tell me who's got the contract to fix that? Because I don't see work to match. And it's been matched up for a minute. It's been, damaged for a minute. So let's see where it goes. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
We don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
What's going on, GNN?
I hear the playing line. Yes, the playing line.
Why don't make me finish that song right there, because then I get in trouble again.
I called you to find out, but I hearing things.
What you hearing?
I hear Flight 374.
I hear that too, Same number. And I hear it was a multitude of alleged Bahamians and non-Bahamians with Bahamian connections. And yeah, I was hearing all these allegations yesterday about a certain flight, so on and so forth, allegedly touching down.
And I hear you all wasn't invited, the media, the press wasn't invited, eh?
Well, you know me. That's why I got the GNN working with me.
Oh, well,
but my phone rang several times yesterday. I got several messages, and one thing I've learned, I'm always cautious with social media because we Bahamians like lie, we like lie, let's be honest. But on social media, we like double lie. So you got to make sure, check it off and make sure. I mean, I got some reliable sources hitting me with the same, talks as my social media massive. Then I realized, okay, on multiple levels, there's some smoke here.
The GNN news desk was updated, Ronnie Devlin, something last night.
Yeah. I got it a little bit earlier, but I got that same number.
I just called.
That's probably could be Cuban Billy number 3 ball on Friday. 374-374.
See, senor.
That's what I'm talking about.
Naughty. Thanks for taking my call, Naughty.
Hey, but man, GNN, let's keep an ear to the ground on that, man, and see.
Oh, yeah, don't get no lower than me. GNN, Ghetto News Network, you don't get no lower than me.
That's one thing about this show, boy, Like that old Garth Brooks song, we got friends in high and low places.
Right away.
With a liquor pour and a bear chases. There you go. Appreciate you, GNN. Have a good one. Yeah, man. Check the text lines again. Hi, Naughty. What is going on with the Adrian Gibson case? Has this been swept under the rug by this administration? No. Last time I checked, they were throwing blows on Mr. Gibson every chance they get. And he was still in court. He's still sub judice right now, so I don't really want to elaborate on it. But text her. Hit me back and break down your philosophy or your theory that has this been swept under the rug by this administration. He's part of the opposition. I don't see this administration doing any favors for the opposition. So break it down. Let me know I'm missing here. Because you seem like you got the crystal ball on this one. Wow. Bahamas Yacht Charter Show participation down 40%. This according to Peter Morey. And that show used to bring folks from far and wide, and the participation down 40%. That's not a good look. And we need to revisit what's going on in the yachting sector and the marinas in this country throughout the archipelago. Are Bahamians really making? Or of changes and tariffs now made it bad for business? Man, listen, I could pass that message regarding that parking lot on Saunders Beach. You know what I mean? But the last time I was there, they need to work on product more than that parking. But anyway, let me leave that alone. Let me don't say that. All right? But I got you. It is deployed. It's several craters there also. They got one developing right as you almost turn in. So be careful with that, for sure. But I won't get into the issue. You got too much issues with the business that's down there. What they all do you? My God. Yeah, but I agree. Fix the parking lot. A lot of parking lots need to be repaired. A lot. Because it's not just that area. There's other areas too. The craters are developing. And does that make one ask the question, is the cost of living so high now and the cost of doing business so high now that those kind of things that were attended to have to be put on the back burner and a quick fix be given to them until things get a little better? You have to ask the questions. Because why are some of these things in the way they in the state that they are? And you got to look around and see that things are expensive. $533 at Rubis, $536 at Esso, $538 at Shell. Prime example. And that is there, man. That is real. And I agree with some of you taxes as well, too. I mean, this one in particular kind of hit home. Naughty Kobe Davis is because she knows by the second week in February, the bills will skyrocket. Only a few bills went down, and that will be that. Wow. Going to have some interesting takes, Texas. Yes. Because I still haven't felt it when it comes to BPL. Yeah, man, I just have to have 2 iced teas now before I open the bill. MJ refuses to open the bill. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm not, what? Nope. I don't need high blood pressure. You want me to pour you another iced tea? And then I have to go in and I have to read it. And sometimes I wish I could take some of these bills. You remember Sanford on Sanford and Son? We used to just take the bills and put them in one big bill drawer and just close the bill and leave it there. That's what I wish I could do at BPL sometimes. Because that bill is on my head spinning. Yeah, man. Got me lightheaded. Like old people say, cause me smell blood. Mr. Producer, you still got it in the back there? That clip when it come to my BPL bill. I still cannot been any better than this. When I open the bill, and by God, it's the 28th. So I expect, sometime around the 29th or the 30th, for sure, I'm going to have to open it. And here we go again once I crack it open. Once you hear me do this to that BPL bill, and I open it and I see whatever it is, just how I stick.
It was very painful.
Very painful. Deep down in my soul.
That's just how I feel. I just get weak in the knees. I just be like SWV. I get weak in the knees when BPL. What? That bill has had me. Anyway, I digress. Good stuff, everybody who chimed in the first hour. Naughty there, not potholes there. Groundbreaking ceremony holes. Each hole is a new development. All right, on that note, let's get to the break, man. Good stuff, everybody who chimed in the first hour. Cuban Willie's numerology report coming up, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And once we get through that, we'll get into the 5 o'clock hour, get into the news. And out of the news, we'll be talking sports. Pearlie will be in the building. It's Tuesday. We'll be talking NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball offseason. You know how we do it. It's all coming up. Keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads continues right after that.
Rasta words of his substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari give all the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked ought say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no God. So mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Careful the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that is seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, it's obvious that is drifting. You have the respect for the King of all kings, so his name I'll be always exalting. So I'll never go where pagans go. Never do what heathens do. All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy yo, Cuban Willie, and it's time for my numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And today is todo for you. Cuatro pelotas. 46, 31. 46, 31. I saw you in traffic on a license plate. Don't talk to me. I say, 46, 31. That's your lucky football for today. Play it and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
The area is rich in minerals and critical to much of the world's technology. I'm Haya Panjwani.
I'm Mike Hempen.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Tile, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
God, the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak. Whoa, please my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And order my steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. Me got me sword, be my shield on the battlefield. Head on.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And now joined by the Pearl, Earl the Pearl checking in. What's going on, Pearlissimo?
All right, this corner, man. Sitting in traffic.
Ah, Lord. I know the feeling. But let me have you get through some of that traffic with one of your favorite portions of the show today in sports history. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. And don't forget, every Wednesday, every Friday, happy hour at Naughty Johnny's. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Be sure to check them out between 5 and 7 p.m. Great drink specials, great food specials. Give them a call, see what they got going on for you. 377-7776. Well worth the trip always to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza at Naughty Johnny's. All right, here we go. Understand sports history, which is today, January 28th. 1904, the University of Chicago awarded blankets with the letter C to all seniors that played football during the 1903 season. This event marked the beginning of the sports letter tradition. The University of Chicago. 1922, the National Football League franchise in Decatur, Illinois, transferred to Chicago. The team took on the name the Chicago Bears. 1948, what's going on with Chicago, man? The first three things on this day, Chicago connected. Max Bentley in 1948 of the Chicago Blackhawks scored 4 goals, and his brother Doug assisted on all of them. Doug also had a goal in the game. In 1957, your Brooklyn Dodgers, Pearly, announced that circus clown Emmett Kelly had been hired to entertain fans at baseball games. 1958, a year later, sad news, Roy Campanella of the Brooklyn Dodgers was seriously injured in an auto accident in New York. He would never return to play again.
Yeah, lost that, yeah.
Wheelchair bound after that.
Yeah.
1990, Aaron Neville sang the U.S. national anthem at Super Bowl. That would be 24. Joe Montana got his third MVP award. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Denver Broncos 55. 1996, Diana Ross performed at Super Bowl 30 at the halftime show. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-17. Last time I saw my Cowboys win a damn Super Bowl. It was the 5th Super Bowl for the Cowboys, but that don't mean nothing, man. New England got 6, Pittsburgh got 6. San Fran got 5. Sports quote of the day, I will always be number one to myself. Moses Malone. Faux.
Faux.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Moses was a brilliant one, man. Moses, a lot of people don't know, was one of the premier and early on high school to pro college basketball players in the NBA, in the ABA and NBA.
Yep, so I was.
And when he went over to the Sixers, I'll never forget it. It was like, I had won a championship. We had the playoffs, faux.
Just took over. Oh, he embarrassed the Lakers that year.
God, did he ever embarrass them. 1983, and it wasn't just him. Mo Cheeks had a good series. Dr. J was all right. Bobby Jones was tight.
Yep.
But Moses Malone did his thing.
Moses dominated Kareem.
He did. He bullied him. He really did. And they did a good job with Magic, too, in the sense that They had a lot of dudes come at him. Mo Cheeks, Andrew Toney, Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
A lot of, players on that team they threw at him. Caldwell Jones, as a matter of fact, was another one who used to come out and just play defense.
Yeah.
But they managed to get it done.
Yeah, they did. They did.
You remember that all-time scrub who used to play for the Sixers, Mark Ivoroni? You remember how terrible he was?
He's the one who used to take a jump shot without jumping, right?
Correct. Mark Ivoroni.
I remember him, yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. That's some good memories from back in the day, though. I cannot tell you where to lie. Let's slide into the home court. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And don't forget, BK doing big things. I want to know if you could eat, how fast can you eat a quad stack of King, Pearly?
20 years ago, that's a different question. But no, I have to turn it over to my son.
BK invites you to participate in the Quad Stacker King Challenge. All entrants receive BK gift certificates and $250 in cash and BK merchandise up for grabs for the winner. It's February 5th, 6:30 p.m. at BK Howell Road. All right? And you definitely want to check it out. The Quad, I like it. It looks like a good sandwich, too. It's a big sandwich, though.
Yeah. I know. I imagine the things you see in the road. I'm watching a guy with a Ford Star trolley and got about 6 tires and with rims piled up on the trolley's high and rolling down the middle of East Bay Street.
That's pot cake.
No. I say tires with rims. I ain't saying the whole hubcaps.
Oh, you're talking about tires with rims.
Yeah, they stack at least 7 feet high.
Oh, God.
He's going down.
So he's selling tire and rim at the shopping trolley.
I don't know what he's doing, but he came down the middle of the road. He can't be selling soda and water.
I wonder if you could put them rims on the trolley.
Anything possible.
I see everything.
Sorry to distract you. This just caught my eye.
It's all good, man. It's no problem.
What's that on in the home court?
Well, in the home court, Bahamian ballers see action overseas. Story by Sheldon Longley. Team Bahamas faces a critical junction next month as it attempts to qualify for the FIBA America Cup tournament for just the second time in the history of the men's basketball in this country. Due to the timing of the third and final window of the FIBA America Cup 2025 qualifiers, it's already foregone conclusion that Bahamian players in the NBA and Bahamian collegiate players will be unavailable. So nobody, no Ayton,
no VJ.
No VJ.
Jordan, no AJ, no DeAndre.
None. No Kai Jones.
No Kai.
No. Now, the Bahamas faces Cuba in a must-win game next month to advance to the 2025 FIBA America Cup tournament. And that's set for August 23rd to 31st in Managua, Nicaragua. Now, here's the deal.
Doable. That's doable.
The Bahamas needs to beat Cuba by at least 14 points to stand a chance to advance. Given the unavailability of Bahamian, NBA, and collegiate players, other professionals are expected to step up to the forefront. Bahamas Basketball Federation BBF President Eugene Horton says a team roster is set to be revealed next week. Over the weekend, some of the country's top professionals were in action. Dominic Bridgewater played 22 minutes for Champagne Basket in their game against the Aber des Aides Blois Basket in Blois, France on Saturday. Champagne Baskets plays in the LNB Pro B, the second-tier division of the French Basketball League. Bridgewater had 13 points on 4 for 10 shooting from the field, including going 3 for 6 from three-point range, but his team fell 87-81 and dropped to an 8-13 win-loss record on the season. Aaron Lavardi was in action, and they took on the Chartres Métropole Basket in Évreux, France, in the LNB Pro B on Friday. ALM Évreux Basket won easily 117-83, improving to 7-14 on the season. And Chartres Métropole Basket dropped to 4-17. Lavardi had 12 points and 5 for 7 shooting from the field, pulled down 9 rebounds. He had his only 3-point attempt. Jerron Keno Burrows was in action for St. Vallier Basket Drome when they took on Burke Basketball Club in the NM1 League, the third-tier division of men's basketball in France on Saturday. Burke won 86-76 and improved to 7-14 on the season. Let's see what he did in the game. St. Vallier dropped to 11-10. Burroughs had 14 points on 7 for 11 shooting from the field and added 7 rebounds and 6-6. Over in Kosovo Basketball Super League, the top men's professional basketball league in Kosovo, Bahamian Sammy Hunter was in action for KB Trepaka in their game against KB Pizaroni in Kosovo on Saturday. Hunter and Trepaka won 95-79, improved to 13-6. Hunter scored 7 points on 3 of 7 shooting from the field. It was 1 of 4 from three-point range. All right, so you still got Zane Knowles as well doing big things. Shooting performance from the field, scoring 21 points and added 13 rebounds. Seti Osman won the game. So that's the team he plays for, so he's doing well.
That's good.
Keno Burrs, Zane Knowles, Aaron Lavardi, Tavario Miller, Dominic Bridgewater, Kentuan Smith, and Sammy Hunter. That's the nucleus of what's going to be guiding us through the next round against Cuba. If they all come together and play to the level they can and they mix in 1 or 2 who they need to, I think they got a shot. But they got to play defense and they got to score. And Cuba's not going to be a pushover. Let's get to the phone lines real quick, Pearly. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's happening?
You owe me some minutes, man. I ain't got no land phone no money yourself.
I don't owe you nothing, man. I mean...
You had me on this phone for almost thing of man. Anyhow, listen. I call you to let you know. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Skilla.
I call you to let you know. You unfairly. A couple of weeks ago, you made the statement that Lakers can be decreasing. In the short way, they'd be up by, or they'll be in the 10th spot or something. Well, I hope you check in the stats.
Yeah, I know 42 and TD.
I say the stats. I ain't talking about the game.
You asked me the stats. I checked the stats of the game.
Okay, we now in 4th position, tied with the Denver Nuggets. They only get more games than us. They play more. They play 2 more games than us.
Skilla.
Both of us, we get 18 loss.
Skilla.
They just get 16
Skilla. No. See, Skilla, you's my boy, but I stay having to correct you. All right? I stay having to correct you.
What?
The Thunder are 37-8. They lead the Western Conference. The Rockets are 31-14. They're 6 behind in second place. The Memphis Grizzlies with my boy Ja Morant. They are in 3rd place with 31-16 record. 7 games back. The Nuggets are 28-18. They're 9.5 games back. The Lakers are 26-18, 10.5 games back in the 5th spot. But also, like I told you, Skilla, the Clippers 26-20, they're a game and a half behind the Lakers. The Timberwolves 2 games behind the Lakers. The Suns, the Mavericks, and the Kings, teams that were under that line a couple of weeks ago, are now crept into the 10th spot. And the Warriors are lurking at number 11, the Spurs lurking at 12. There's a lot of basketball left to play. Barring injury, the Lakers may hold on and keep that 5th spot. I don't see them improving no more than that. I think Denver's going to go on a run and separate. But the testimony and the applause and the credit should be given squarely to J.J. Redick for the Lakers being 26-18. What say you, Pearly?
I agree. Between him and AD?
Correct. And he's known how to use players. He's known how to put them in spots. He's got a rotation. And guys that, for whatever reason, wouldn't be touched by other coaches and inserted into the lineup because of maybe peer pressure, so on and so forth, are now playing. And they're doing big things. I'll give you an example. Nobody used to let the Christie kid get a run. Starting, playing against the Warriors on Saturday. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 or 5 field goals, 3 or 4 3 points from 3-point range. Finney Smith, quietly, in 26 minutes, 8 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, but he's playing lights out defense. If you throw him and a healthy Vando at them at the same time in the game, trust me, brother, that's problems. Dalton connected in 23 minutes. So they played well. Then you look at the 26, yesterday. They knocked off the Hornets. And that's what I want to tell Skilla. Yes, the Lakers are winning, but Pearly, don't you think the Lakers should be beating the team like the Hornets by more than 5 points?
You should beat them. You should beat them by more than 5 points, but things happen. The Hornets just did not give up last night. They were down by big numbers, and the Hornets just played. They just hustled. I can see that happening in an NBA game, but yeah, they should beat them by more than 5 points.
But the Lakers, like I said, they got their lineup flowing. And that's with no Hachimura, no Cam Reddish. So we'll see. But Hachimura now has become a trade candidate.
So I heard I heard they're not going to trade him. I heard I saw in another article that they're not going to touch him.
Well, I'm hoping they don't trade him because he's a good element. He's a good piece. But we'll see. And lots of games on top tonight in the NBA, man. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones. And they run throughout the night. I like it. Starting at 7:30, then at 10, like 2 at 7:30, 2 at 10. So you can flip through the first 2, and then when the 10:30 come on, you can flip through the second 2. You see what I'm saying? At 10 o'clock, 7:30 and 10.
Yeah.
And good games all the way around. Lakers and 76ers, that should be entertaining at 7:30. Rockets and Hawks, that was a great game with the Rockets and the Celtics yesterday. This should be a good one today. You got the Bucks and the Trailblazers. The Bucks games are entertaining now recently because they played at the level of that competition, and the games are exciting and entertaining. And you got the Warriors. I don't know if they're trying to beat the Jazz by 13.5 at home. The Warriors got some issues, but you never know. But we'll talk about that more when we get to the pick segment.
The Warriors will be able to beat them by that.
Now let's get into who's in and who's out, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. They got the flagship store over there on Mackey and Rosetta. Be sure to check them out. That's open until 6. You got Carmichael. You got Prince Charles. And you got R&D Plaza West. Yes, and that's open until 8, is it? Yeah, so be sure to check them out. Get your gyro on. Now, some news swirling out of the NBA, Pearly. All right, you got De'Aaron Fox. His name keeps popping up. But he's got a list. If he's going to be traded to teams, he's made a list, and the Lakers aren't on that list.
Right. I thought the Lakers was a front runner to get him.
Yeah, I know, but that might be bluffing. But on his list, he don't want to play for the Lakers. Apparently, he wants to play for the Spurs. Maybe he wants to play with Wemby. That's looking where it's pointing. That's the direction where it seems to be going. That could be an exciting team, if he goes to the Spurs. That might be a piece they're needing.
I'm not going to Wemby, so he don't have to play no defense.
Well, here's an interesting article today. 2025 NBA contenders who need to trade most in the NBA. The NBA trade deadline is fast approaching. And February 6th is right around the corner, and the wheeling and dealing has already begun. The Lakers, the Warriors, the Suns have made moves, and there could be a lot of movement in the coming weeks as teams load up for playoff runs. Many players could be on the move. The Brooklyn Nets, Utah Jazz, and Portland Trailblazers could be sellers at this draft. Of course, the Jimmy Butler trade saga continues in Miami. The Suns are interested in moving Bradley Beal, and he does have a pesky no-trade clause, so that's going to be a stickler. Zach LaVine's name continues to be thrown into trade rumors. Cameron Johnson's name is burning up the phone lines. So there's several teams that need to be making trades. Some of these moves can turn their teams into full-blown contenders or strengthen contenders even more so. The Sacramento Kings. It's been an interesting season for the Kings. At one point, they looked like real contenders. But it looks like they're going to have to... Right now... It's De'Aaron Fox. Okay? He seems to be the main trade bait right there. He keeps coming up. He's unhappy. His unhappiness led to the firing of head coach Mike Brown. Since then, the team has caught fire into Doug Christie. The Kings are now buyers in the trade marketplace. Based on the Kings have been playing since the coaching change, they could be considered a contender. Under Christie, they have the second best winning percentage in the NBA, just behind Oklahoma City. And they need to add a 3-and-D wing player. Now, apparently, adding another shooter to the roster will create more driving lanes for Fox, DeMar DeRozan, and Malik Monk. The Kings are 22nd in three-point shooting attempts, and they're looking for Cameron Johnson from the Nets. They think that will be a move. They were interested in Dorian Finney-Smith, but the Lakers already got him. The Bucks. The Bucks are looking possibly to add Jimmy Butler or Bradley Beal. The Golden State Warriors, Pearly, potentially are looking to add some firepower. They may bring, well, they did that already. And now they might be adding another ball handler to the roster. The Warriors desperately need to add someone who could take some of the scoring pressure off Steph Curry. There's a reliable option on the roster some nights. It's Andrew Wiggins or Jonathan Kuminga, but they've been injured. And Buddy Hield, but that's not good enough. So here comes, potentially, Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, or Jimmy Butler. Those three are on the radar for the Warriors. So the Warriors trying to make a splash. Beal sounds like the best fit.
So LeBron James' name come off that list.
Now, Beal makes the most sense for Golden State. The Memphis Grizzlies, they're contenders as well, Pearly. And I think the Grizzlies are in the market for three players. They're interested in Anunoby, Cam Johnson, and a dark horse candidate for Kyle Kuzma and Jeremy Grant. Any one of those four could end up in Memphis.
Okay.
The Cavaliers need to do some trading. I think that they're really interested in getting rid of their point guard, Darius Garland, and possibly even Evan Mobley. Those are names that could actually be out. And the names coming in, Cam Johnson is definitely one.
His name is coming up
everywhere.
Yeah.
And possibly, Paul George from the Sixers. So we'll see where that goes. But those are like five contenders that need help, and it makes sense. All right, Pearly, we got to get to the first break. So we'll get to the first break. Flip side of the break, we'll be back. We'll be chopping it up, and we'll be getting ready for the picks in the final 15. And we got some good potential final 15s today. I'll let you know what it's going to be on the flip side of the break, all right? Your boy Naughty along with Earl the Pearl in your company right up until 6 p.m. Keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this, and we still talking sports.
Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give all the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked ought say, neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no God, so mythology and illusion I'll be always.
Here's a price list of some of the roofing material we carry at Pinda Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68. Gray Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Phelps, 15 pounds, $16.50. 30 pound, $19.80. Owens, Corning Duration Shingles, and CertainTeed Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. All sizes treated dimensional lumber. And of course, we have all nails and all screws. We have 5/8 sheetrock, $28.76. Half-inch sheetrock, $22.18. All prices include VAT.
Get to stacking up the flavor at Burger King Nassau with its new Stacker King lineup. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or meatier than the Stacker Kings, which feature bacon, cheese, and a delicious stacker sauce, all piled on as many flame-grilled Whopper patties as you can handle. For the chicken lovers, try the all-new Crispy Chicken Stacker, or pile your mornings high with a croissant stacker loaded with meat, cheese, and stacker sauce on a warm, flaky croissant. Don't miss out on the bold flavors of the Stacker King collection, available at Burger King Nassau.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Order my steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. 'Cause the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak. Whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and I'm alone, but still I feel.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. Early Pearl along with me. And we're talking sports right now. Pearly, what you got for me? What you got for me in the baseball offseason news?
Everything, I mean, for the last couple of days, things have been pretty quiet, you know. Ever since the Dodgers signed Sasaki, Tanner Turner, and Yates, they've been pretty quiet. There's been some rumor about Arenado. There could be a trade for Arenado. I don't see it. But there's also been a talk if they trade for Arenado, there could be a trade from Muncy to New York, to the Yankees.
Wow.
Right?
That's interesting.
Is a good third baseman with power, which y'all need. You can move Jazz to second, because if the Bregman deal don't go through, you can still be looking for another move.
Right.
That is an option I'm hearing out there, you know. I don't know what Houston's doing. There's one rumor is because they traded to the Cubs, their closer, that they were freeing up like $12 million so that they could be in a position to bring Bregman back at a decent contract. Or it'd be they cleaning house, but they don't need to clean house because they're still a really good team. They just one or two players, and to lose him hurts them. They lose him, then they should clean house, because that means they're not going to be the team they were.
No, I think Houston might be in sell mode.
The Cubs seem to be a very cocky team. So they're not afraid of the Dodgers lineup. So, I don't know if that's just talk, but that's fine.
I don't know.
Not much. The only thing about it is there's the best pitcher in Japan is able to be posted in the 26, 27, and they say the Dodgers are already looking at him.
Oh, God.
But that's just, you call it clickbait.
Yeah, it is clickbait. And
click on too. Something you can click on too.
And it's true. To tell you the truth, Pearly, that this time of season, when football season's running low, hey, here it comes. Clickbait Central.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it happens with all the sports, but especially the NFL, especially NBA, a lot of clickbait. And when the draft coming up, you know how much clickbait coming out?
I know a lot. And the NFL preseason start.
Yeah, the preseason after the draft is crazy, but when that preseason starts, you hear a lot of foolishness. And you hear clickbait galore over players that 3 months later, 2 months later, you don't even hear them on the team.
Yeah, I saw.
What did you see and saw?
A old clip. I can't remember who the sportscaster was, who basically said Saquon Barkley is finished. He's nowhere near the running back that he would be. Him going to Philadelphia, that's not going to mean anything. He doesn't have it in him anymore. Ray.
There's always one with a horrible take, man. Was that Ryan Hollis? Because Ryan Hollis is famous for some boo-boo takes like that.
I can't remember. Might be Brian Hollis, but it was the type thing that he come back to haunt him forever. Because he gave him not of a chance. So he can't carry a team. He doesn't have the stamina, all that stuff.
Man, and that didn't age well.
It did not. If I could see it again, if I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that did not age well.
But I thought I was killing myself, and I said, "Wow, he did everything exactly opposite to what these guys said he would do."
Yeah, he did blow up, man. He did everything that was possible, and this was coming out. Ravens tight end Mark Andrews could be a trade candidate this offseason and possibly on draft day. They could potentially trade him if they can get back quality draft capital in return. That would be one way of creating a chunk of much-needed cap space while getting back a young, controllable piece. And Isaiah likely is ready to take a lot of chunk snaps from Andrews anyway.
Yeah. And Andrews, he let them down. That's like the third.
29, and he's owed $7 million for the 2025 season. Last year of a 4-year, $56 million contract.
Oh, I thought he was a $14 million cap hit if they.
The Ravens would save $11 million in cap room by trading Andrews while taking on $5.9 million in dead money.
Okay, all right.
He caught 55 passes for 673 yards and 11 touchdowns in 17 regular season games. 2 playoff games, Andrews caught 7 passes for 88 receiving yards. And he ended up finishing strong because early in the year he wasn't catching the ball at all.
Yeah, late they had neither.
That was cold early. That was really, really cold.
And he dropped a big gain, wide open in the middle of the field, and just dropped it. And then you dropped the 2-point.
A 2-point conversion.
Would have put all the momentum into your hands and probably lead you to beat Buffalo. He choked.
This is true. This is true.
And I think he's not going to be a Raven next year because the fans want to, not literally not people, but they want to sports-wise kill him.
But I know my oldest is not too happy with him. Statboy is a huge Raven fan, and Statboy ain't happy.
I know, and I know Donnie just riled him in today.
Well, he's poised because the Chiefs looking to three-peat,
Yeah.
So, I'm bracing myself. I don't know what the household's going to be like if they get 3 straight. Because his mouth hard already because the Chiefs winning.
Yeah.
And that's all he's kind of known. That's his team that he gravitated to when he first started pulling and watching football seriously. So I can't really deny him his moment,
Yeah.
And you'll be proud of him because when they win, he's definitely that guy.
I'm sure.
Oh,
he's
God.
already that guy.
Yeah. Going into it, he already thinks that. But like I said, we got a couple of interesting angles today for the Final 15. Rich Eisen has had some good sports takes over the last couple of days. He's actually raining on that Aaron Glenn situation, how the team looks under Aaron Glenn. And how they could look.
What do you think about the Pete Carroll to Raiders?
Good move. It gives them a stable head coach.
Okay.
He already got support. You see Marshawn Lynch showed up and was in the back.
I see that.
Being Marshawn.
He's not supposed to him, or he just came there to support him?
He came there to support him. So that speaks volumes, okay? To Pete Carroll already walking in the door. and he's going to change the culture. Carroll knows how to do it. He's taking on some prestige programs dating all the way back to USC that was in the toilet. And then after them being in the toilet, he was the one who resurrected them. Same thing with Seattle. Nobody thought about Seattle as a contender.
Yeah, that's true.
But look at them now. All right?
You're very right.
So I got to get this over to Mr. Producer.
Okay.
And you and I are going to get up into the picks. And we'll do it with the NBA. Got the games on tap tonight. That's what we'll rock with. And don't forget, the picks brought to you, of course, by the Island Games. To play responsibly. There's multiple plays to play and win on the Super Bowl. Don't forget, the Super Bowl gives you the prop bets, Pearly. And that's some of the best betting ever because they give you bets like who's going to score the first points, Kansas City or Philadelphia. Will it be a field goal? Will it be a touchdown? Who's going to score it, Mahomes or Hurts? Will it be a running back? Will it be a receiver? And they give you options and odds that you can make bets on throughout, prior to the game. They got live in-game betting. They got your regular, line and over and under. So there's multiple ways to play and win on the Super Bowl. And then when football's over, there's still multiple ways to play and win. You got the NBA, you got men and women's college basketball, NCAA. You have March Madness with the tournaments in the college basketball tournaments in May and the bracketology. And then, in March. And then that gets us through March into April. And that's your time of year when pitchers and catchers report, correct?
Pitchers, our season already on. Pitchers and catchers report at the end of February.
Bingo. So season will be popping. Baseball will be popping off in April. And nothing like betting a good parlay or two on the baseball games. And before you know it, out of baseball, you still have NBA basketball finals coming up and the playoffs and the finals. You got the NHL playoff and finals coming up. You got EuroLeague soccer. You got Grand Prix auto racing. There's horse racing as well. So there's tons of ways to play and win. We'd remind you to play responsibly. Simply log on to theislandgame.com. Get your account set up. Get verified. Start playing. Start winning. But do it responsibly. All right, we're picking games in the NBA tonight. Got the Lakers. -4.5 over the 76ers. The Lakers won by 5, covered the 4.5 last night against the Hornets, but this is back-to-back. I'm going to take the Lakers in the money line, Pearly.
And the Lakers in the points.
All right. We got the Rockets, -5 over the Hawks. Rockets had a tough one against the Celtics last night. Here again, I'm going to take the Rockets in the money line over the Hawks.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
The Bucks, -6 over the Trailblazers. The Bucks have had a couple of days off. They normally play down to their competition, but despite it all, they've rounded themselves into good form. 26-18. All right, still a contender in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to lay some chalk here tonight and say the Bucks win it by 6 tonight on the road against the Blazers.
I think they can do that. And I think that everything that you said, they're coming together, starting to play. They're more consistent than they were early in the season. I like them by then. I give them it.
You got the Golden State Warriors taking on the Utah Jazz. I like the Warriors winning at home tonight, but I don't like them winning by 13.5. So give me the Warriors in the money line over the Jazz. Set it, bet it, and forget it with the Island Game.
Sometimes the Jazz fall asleep on you. Warriors can do that, but I agree with you. I think I don't see them doing it.
I'm going to play it safe.
You feel good enough about them to say, yeah, they'll do it. So let's go with the money line.
There you go. All right, Pearly, that's a wrap, man. We'll do it again tomorrow, man. Appreciate you guys. And we'll talk more sports tomorrow in the 5 o'clock hour. All right, everybody who chimed in today, Sarah Kirkby in Freeport in the first hour with the Freeport Report, and everybody who texted and called in. Good stuff as always. We'll do it again tomorrow. MJ will be in the building for the Wednesday open line session. Pearly will be in for sports, so it's going to be a hot one tomorrow. Keep it right where you got it. Flip side of the break. Rich Eisen taking us home, man, with a good take on Aaron Glenn, the new head coach of the New York Jets, and what we can expect for the Jets organization moving forward. Do you think they found the coach is going to cure all their ails? Check out Rich Eisen's take on it, all right? As we wrap up the Tuesday, January 28th edition of Talking Heads right after this.
What the wicked heart say, neither will I walk in the council no day. All the earth be no God, so mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Careful the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin.
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Patience, Old Fort Bay, open until 7:30 p.m. West Bay Street and Gladstone Road in the Monrose Complex, open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition ready to go.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe. Your masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Order my steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and I'm alone.
There is a head coach who got introduced that we have yet to discuss in earnest, and it is the head coach of the New York Jets. They went back to the future. Back in the day, speaking of Pete Carroll, the first round draft choice for Pete Carroll as a head coach in the NFL. Yes, the oldest ever head coach in the NFL. It used to be the youngest when the Jets selected him as being the HC of the NYJ, and a lot of people are like, "Who's this young guy?" And his first draft choice was Aaron Glenn, 1994, and he was around. He was around when the Jets came awful close to getting back to the Super Bowl before Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez got them close. And Aaron Glenn was introduced yesterday, former defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. And this is a soundbite that's gone a lot of places in his introductory press conference.
To any players that's here now, put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Listen, there are going to be some challenges, but with challenges becomes opportunity, gets opportunity. But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this. Listen, I want this job. I interviewed for a number of them, but I wanted this job. When I was going to my second interview, I want to make sure this is going to be the second interview. It's going to be the first of the second interviews. Because I didn't want to leave the building without shaking Woody's hand and make sure we had a contract. So I'm just telling you now, everything else was really out of it. It was all about the Jets, and it's been that way from the beginning. I look forward to this. I look forward to it. It's going to be a great ride. It really is. There's nothing better than having your start here as a player, here as a scout, and now here as a head coach. And I'm ready for it. I appreciate it.
Upon hearing that, the first part of it, when I heard it, I thought, oh God, it sounded very Rex Ryan-ish to me. The only thing that was missing is he wasn't going to kiss Andy Reid's rings or whatever, that we're the frigging New York Jets, and then a very Jeb Bush-like clap, I think, in the audience. It was
just like one.
Yeah, please clap. It was not great, not great. But then, then I heard what you need to hear is that he wanted the job, and that was my concern throughout this entire process. Is that people around this league would hear the stories emanating from the Jets ownership suite and front office and say no thanks. And the candidates wouldn't be top-notch because of it. Or they would read the stories. And as a matter of fact, Woody Johnson spoke at this press conference, coming home, and touched upon, we was asked about the dysfunction in all these stories, like the Madden rating, and let's not trade for Jerry Jeudy because his Madden rating isn't any good. And this is what he had to say about that.
You don't believe those reports, do you? It was a lot of exaggeration, hyperbole. There really was. Yeah. And you really have to take all that stuff with a grain of salt because you don't know how much. Nobody knows how involved it was. Yes, I want Aaron Glenn to coach the team. I want the general manager to manage the assets and the players, and I'll take the owner's position. And that's what I'd like to do.
Which is great to hear. He also, I believe, in his press conference, talked about being better at the job of owning a team.
I have to look in the mirror and I have to be a better owner, and I'm trying to be better. And I do self-scout, and a lot of people scout for me, right?
On Twitter.
How can you be a better owner, in your view? I think I did it today by introducing you to the two leaders of this team. That's part of it. The second is just to I've got to have patience or whatever. I've got to let them evolve as in these positions, which I think they will. I think it'll be quick, but I think they'll evolve.
Hey, it's great to hear, and I'm sorry to do this, but you always accuse me of roping you in when I shouldn't, TJ.
Well,
I mean, that's exactly Cowboy fan would love to hear from the owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm going to step back. I'm going to let the people that I have hired, because he introduced a new general manager, which back in the day used to be the most important thing for the Jets. Who's going to be actually shopping for the groceries? Oh, God, you still have the John Izek drops around here, Mike. Please don't.
Please, come on.
I'm the general manager of the New York Jets. Ultimately, I'm responsible for the performance of our team.
Stop, John.
Izek. That was like 8 GMs ago.
Oh, God. And that used to be the most important. Like, who's going to be shopping for the grocery? Who is going to be the one who actually putting it together? It's a very talented team that Aaron Glenn has in front of him, and so it's great to hear that from Woody Johnson. Like, I need to be more patient. I mean, he just fired his previous head coach 5 games into a season. My word, and we saw how poorly that went. So a self-scout, terrific. Glad to hear it. And Aaron Glenn, again, I think he probably had that line in the shoot where the frigging New York Jets or whatever, and he threw that out there. And like I said with Liam Cohen before and what we said about other coaches, you win, no one will remember. No one. And as a matter of fact, who even brings up, I mean, we still bring up the kneecap stuff with Dan Campbell, but we're so past it now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that Hannibal Lecter stuff that he started, it was weird and wild, but guess what? We turned the page on wondering if he's the right fit or he can do the job.
We're going to have a great day today.
Thank you. And as a matter of fact, Aaron Glenn was on his staff, and if he brings a little bit of the Dan Campbell to the equation, then great. But the way that he handled this part of the media availability session when asked about Aaron Rodgers and his future there, I kind of dig hearing this. This is what Aaron Glenn had to say in response to the New York media now in a scrum around him, asking him about who's playing quarterback in Aaron Rodgers.
Will Aaron Rodgers be your quarterback?
you're going to continue to ask me the same question and get the same answer. We're still in evaluation mode. So for anybody else going to ask that, I'm going to give you the same answer. So don't waste your time. We're clear.
Well, let's answer. What do you look for in a quarterback? Like, what's an Aaron Glenn quarterback?
A winner. A winner. Mental and physical toughness. When you talk about that, you're not going to get me.
Well, let me ask you this. Parcells, I know you guys are close. He always
That's
said...
Parcells.
Okay.
I'm Aaron Glenn.
Okay, so you don't...
That's Parcells. I'm Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
Okay. He's already got the hackles up, and he's got the jousting ability. New York. We're going to prove it. And by the way, what's this guy supposed to say when Aaron Rodgers is brought up? First of all, Aaron Rodgers has apparently not said a word yet as to whether he wants to keep playing.
Right.
And this guy, of course he's not going to shut the door on Aaron Rodgers. Why would he do that? Why would he do that in his opening press conference? Why would
that'd be weird?
and if it comes out where he's like, absolutely, I would take Aaron Rodgers on. Guess what? If Aaron Rodgers says I want to come back, contractual stuff that needs to be worked out here. And if Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm the guy, then Aaron Glenn will have to show who Aaron Glenn is all about and explain to him that he's a bridge quarterback. And we're going to get to the next one. And it's not going to be like another Jordan Love moment here. We might go to him right away. Are you fine with that? Davante Adams, are you fine with that? If we draft a kid? What if Shedeur Sanders drops to the Jets?
Ooh.
I'm serious.
I'd be shocked for one, but
who knows? What if the Jets love him so much they trade him to go get him?
That'd be fun. I think Aaron Rodgers is starting week 1 for the Jets.
You know what? But why would he close the door on it? He wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Because Rodgers has got to make a stand first. He's got to make his stance known first. And then the new general manager is going to have to say, and guess what? The owner will chime in on this subject matter. I wouldn't blame Woody for wanting to get in on this chat. Enter that chat.
Or, Rich, what if Aaron Glenn has watched from afar what's going on the last 2 seasons?
And has no
just
desire.
like, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy.
That's correct.
I'm not...
Possible, but it's a $49 million dead cap hit.
Well, yeah, look, it worked out for the Broncos, though.
That's true.
And you're right. He could be from afar saying, I want none of this. I'm coming in. We're going to start our new Jets.
But who are you going to get in free agency?
I have no idea.
Because you're not going to start a rookie week 1 unless you move up to take one of these
no
two
idea.
guys.
I have no earthly idea. Which is why Rodgers makes sense.
Right.
Certainly if Davante Adams is sticking around.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know.
It just seems to me, based off the little I know about Aaron Glenn in that meeting, that it's like him and Rodgers there could be a little butting of heads if Rodgers starts trying to act like he's the smartest guy in the room.
But guess what? Guess what? Aaron, this is Aaron. The last 2 years is about Aaron Rodgers. Now it's about Aaron Glenn. And I do hope Woody Johnson is 100% following his own advice or whatever epiphany might have happened. That might be too strong a word for him. But this is Aaron Glenn. This is all about letting him do his thing with the general manager that they have probably all picked together. And they have a really talented roster. As I've told you, the first order of business is to go to Sauce Gardner. That's the first guy I want Aaron Glenn talking to.